What's up, girls? How you doing? I don't know about you, but my goodness, I'm so sleepyhead today. It's Sunday today. I don't know when you're watching this video, and I woke up at 6:30 a.m. Why? I don't know. ¿Por qué? Anyhow, let's do two parts, and today we're gonna do what needs to change. Well, obviously what needs to change is I need to sleep a bit more, wake up later. That's what I need to change. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Part number 1, what needs to change. Please, let's not be triggered. Okay, stay cool. 8 of Wands, the Hangman, Knight of Wands. Very interesting indeed. So what needs to change is obviously communication. The way you communicate has to be different, more congruent with what you really mean. Be careful what you say to yourself or to the other person. But in French or in English, Axelle, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to do English. Okay, because the way you communicate to others, those words can resonate with them for a very long time. You might remember a word after 20 years. You will never forget that word. And also that inner dialogue that you have with yourself, you say to yourself a lot of things and you project on yourself a lot of things. So be very aware of what you're saying about yourself to yourself, or as you talk to someone about what happened to you. Don't make it as a joke and then it seems to be funny, but actually you are diminishing your energy, your value, your worth. So be aware of that. So what needs to change is how often you're communicating, how often you're communicating with others, maybe how often do you communicate to you and how. Very important. So that awareness, and it's number 8, so it's not something you're going to do one day and forget about it. It's going to have to be ongoing, infinity number. The way you talk, the way you express yourself is a vibration that is going to be projecting something in the future. Okay, so be aware of that. It's not, doesn't need to be like, oh my God, I use it. No, but if you say something negative about yourself, just rephrase it straight away within yourself or, verbally, obviously. Interesting, okay? And communication can be in different ways and not just vocally. It can be, I'm expressing myself through my work, I'm expressing myself through painting or drawing or gardening or whatever. You have different ways to express your emotion. And also what needs to change, obviously there's a change, it's bigger than the change, transformation here. Because a hangman or hangwoman, doesn't matter, no gender, I used to hang out that way, I used to talk to myself that way, or I used to talk to you that way, and now I realized, no, need to transform totally. Wow, interesting. And as a result, you have someone communicating with you, coming towards you very, very quickly, a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of fire. So that's probably as well, when you move like this, you messenger, and you're so full of enthusiasm, it can, come across a little bit like, whoa, a bit much, you know what I'm saying? So should we try just to cool it down a little bit and be more aware? Let's receive where Sunday morning when you're watching this, just slow down, chill. And also, if you think you have 100 of things to do today, why don't you just chill for a minute and prioritize? Communicate with you gently, okay? Even if it's Monday morning or whatever you're watching this video, just not because you have so many things to do today, doesn't mean that you have to rush and stress yourself. Sometimes when you have so much on the to-do list, actually you have to slow down when you have so much. But actually that's how it works, okay? And maybe do the most demanding duty or work or whatever first, and then you can relax in more, tranquil way, okay? So yes, what can I say, tranquil way? It's a wish granted and is rebalancing that quality of life. 9 of Cups is one step away from the 10 of Cups, happy ever after. 9 of Cups is wish granted, like we spend some time together, having a cup of tea or go for a walk or have a picnic together. And that's simple, nice, and easy. Brilliant. So let's celebrate that simplicity of life. I think that what needs to change is to not complicate things. Life has to be simple. A relationship should be simple. Work should be simple. And if it's not, you have to wonder how much is too much, is that relationship too challenging compared to what I actually receive back? Just look at it in a more clinical way and see the pros and cons. and keep it simple. Okay, so for me, I'm very big fan of simplicity personally. Very much. Okay, so judgment, indeed, you purging. What needs to change is the complication that you may encounter with other people or within yourself. Why do I make things so complicated? Go back to the core without being too harsh. Just chillax, today, and just have a moment. Meditate without putting yourself in, oh my God, I need to stop moving to meditate. No, maybe just sit down and just allow thought going through your system, and then you'll see what happens. And you might be surprised to know what needs to change, right? Okay, pile number 2, what needs to change? King of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, oh, mamma mia. Right, okay, so what needs to change, and this one will have it so many times lately. It's unbelievable. What do I do? Do I carry on the same way? Do I carry on with the same job? Do I carry on the same relationship? I'm bored to death? Or I take a gamble and a leap of faith? Maybe right now, it's that no man's land, that limbo state, and that's maybe exactly what you need to do. But you might not need to change it just yet. Okay, so you have to experience that moment of not knowing, which is very challenging for the human brain because we have ego and we want to have everything organized in a calendar. But how was people doing when we were living in caves fighting with the dinosaurs? How did we manage all of that without the technology? We managed very well. So cool it down, people. Chill. Okay, so what happened is, what needs to change is someone has to stop using the sword, the mind, to cut other people, to cut you off, to be hot and cold, to be harsh with their wording, because you need to understand this is so different from what's going on inside of that person. As that can be yourself, it can be a partner, it can be whoever, a colleague. There is an idea of, I love you so much, I really have my butterfly in my belly, and I'm so, oh my goodness, so wonderful. But for some reason, I'm trying to keep you at bay. I'm trying to push you away and trying to be harsh with yourself. Why? Why that person is doing this when they're actually thinking of you a lot? So what needs to change is stop procrastinating, daydreaming, stop being so cutting and so harsh and not congruent with what you truly feel, and maybe accept, I don't really know where I stand, but I know it's going this way. It's going in a way like I'm moving forward regardless, okay? And also I heard somewhere that when you seem to procrastinate, it's actually when you're healing subconscious issues. So it's issues that you do not comprehend, maybe you're not even aware of them, but you have to go through this because the subconscious knows what can go through through the consciousness or not, what could be dangerous for you to remember. Sometimes it takes a while to remember an event in our life because, subconscious knows that, if he goes to your consciousness, it might be a little bit of a blow and you can have like maybe a nervous breakdown or something. Too much truth sometimes is a bit, complicated. So in my opinion, what needs to change is to trying to find a balance between those two, procrastinating and being harsh or cold, and just realizing, okay, I still haven't made up my mind. I'm in the middle. I'm a limbo here, and that's fine. Feel comfortable with the not knowing, which is very confusing for a human being, because you're actually clearing a lot of things. You're taking too much responsibility with a lot of people. You're taking too much, you're working too hard, you carry dead weight when you don't need to. And also you need to bring it back to yourself. What about me? How do I feel? What do I want? What about me? I carry everyone else, but what about me? So it's a point when there's something needs to transform, but maybe right now you still don't know what it is exactly. But just having that pause, that moment when you reflect, is how many responsibility do I have? How much more can I take? Maybe I just want to stop everything and drop the heavy weight, that dead weight on the side of the road and carry on moving. The thing is, after the 10 of Wands, you have an Ace of Wands. So you do need to remove that extra weight off your shoulder and put your oxygen mask on yourself first. And when I say you have to, it's a choice. You don't have to per se, okay? Well, let's be cool about that. Clarity. That means that as well, you're going through a 10 of Swords because you don't have an Ace of Swords just like that. You're going through first a 10 of Swords, which is really harsh, very harsh. 10 swords, energy is a lot. So we have a cycle that is finishing. After the Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands. Before the Ace of Swords, we had the Ten of Swords. So that's again clearing, clearing, clearing. I don't know if it's because we have a full moon yesterday, but it's all about what you need to change is to sprinkling your life. And I'm a big fan to sprinkling. I can sprinkling any time of the year, but sometimes I feel like I need to make space for something new. And then you bring a lot of things to the charity shop, or you move the furniture, you just change, transform things, whatever. You feel like it's a new space. Sometimes it just starts with a cupboard. That cupboard is a mess. I need to do something about it. And then that have a ripple effect on your life altogether. Okay, so let's have a major arcana for pile number 2. What needs to change? What do we have? Temperance. Yeah, piano piano, piano piano. You do one step at a time, but you carry on moving. And also temperance, it means that you are guided by the angel, the universe, whatever. You protected. You have nothing to fear, but at the same time we cannot spend too much of our life procrastinating or daydreaming or thinking or whatever. One step at a time, but you move. Keep moving one step at a time. Don't need to go into revolution. Okay, today take it easy. For example, you don't need to do everything by 12 o'clock. Okay, so let's stay cool. Stay cool. That's the conclusion of the day. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.